This is Crimson 60620. Thank you for watching my video. Also, you can catch me on these social media platforms. And if you want to see some great art, hit my DeviantArt page up. And finally, support my Patreon. Thanks. What's up, guys? This is Crimson 60620. What you're seeing right now is half, maybe a little bit less than half of my video that I had on JiL's channel with this one guy. It's actually pretty interesting. It's not really antagonistic. It's more of a conversation. And if you want to see the full video, you actually will want to actually check out my Patreon. I'm going to put the full video there. So I'm going to put the link somewhere right here so you guys can actually see it. Peace. You know the answer to that.
Oh, you're not a Christian? Oh, that explains everything.
Technically, for me, everyone's a Christian. They're just really bad at being a Christian. I mean, to be honest, even Christians can't be good. We all fail at some point. You can never be like a perfect Christian. It's impossible.
Why would you say something like that?
There's only one man.
Because it's really true. Yeah, it's really true. We all suck to certain degrees. We all say. I mean, like in the biblical standard, if people want to go into it, we all technically suck in some form. Whether it be internally or externally, I think that we just do.
That doesn't mean that you're a Christian. That just means you're human.
Well, I'm just saying, in the biblical sense, we're all bad Christians, even like the non-Christians. And you know what I'm saying, or no? Because go ahead.
I'm sorry. That's the opposite of the no true Scotsman's fallacy. That's like, oh, everybody is what I claim them to be. That's like me making a claim that, you know, everybody is a chordate because reasons.
Yeah, because I guess the reasons for that would be because if I guess in under God's eyes, if we're all His children, then we all follow underneath the Christian rule of Him in that sense. So I guess in the aspect of God, we would all be Christians in the sense that we would all supposed to follow His law, but we don't. So some of us try to, but we fail to some degree, and that's what I'm saying. That technically, and I guess I should say in God's eyes, because that makes more sense now. So just saying that.
My question is, why? Hear me out. Maybe this seems like a strange question. What makes Yahweh the best God versus the bragging that other gods do through their prophets or their priests?
My whole thing when it comes to like other gods and what do you call it? Like different religions with the pantheons and all that, poly whatever it's called. I think mostly it's the fallen angels bit that we hear back in Genesis, and that's what it's talking about. And it's just the story's overplayed, but it's not chronology. I can't say the word. It's chronologically put together. It's all separated and different. And so like that's when it comes to like it's influenced by like the fallen angels and all that.
But so my question is, and maybe I didn't say this clearly. That's again bragging from priests and prophets of Yahweh. What makes that so much different from the priests and prophets from other religions?
It wouldn't. I guess it wouldn't make it any different. I see. Okay, I see what you're saying. But the thing about it is, not one true God, the one from the Bible claims to be, and even states that there are other gods beside him, and that it's that he's the one true one, not
But
like anything else. Because anyone can claim and have a title of God, you know, and then they could be as a god to other people. Like I'm watching Star Trek now, and some of the instances they use, the one I just watched was what with Picard was he wasn't supposed to interfere with the planet people, and he did, and the people thought he was a god. And it could be the same aspect, it could be a god that they knew all this, they had this knowledge, right? And the knowledge appeared to be like magic. And even though it appeared to be like magic to God, it's probably just some technological thing. So that's kind of like where I'm trying to come from. I'm probably doing a bad job explaining it, but to me, it's like that. Like these guys just had knowledge, but God's the one who invented the knowledge. I don't know.
But like, okay, so here's so that again, like, follow me on this question.
Hmm.
So what? So you invoke like ancient aliens, the guy with the crazy ass hair and shit like that. So
Sure.
my question is, what makes that different from the like? For instance, like if we go to the Marvel pantheon, it is explicitly stated that, hear me out, that Odin is in the Marvel pantheon the most prodigious one. But
Hmm.
he also says there are other Sky Fathers who are equal to him. One is Skyfather Ra, Skyfather Zeus because Hercules is in it, and also Skyfather Yahweh. Again, that's putting them all on equal footing. It's just about who brags the best. So, and this is like an argument to at the most absurd view. What makes Yahweh different from the other gods that are out there
I
that claim the
guess
biggest and best?
you'd had to. I guess in that sense, you could take it back, like when Hades and Poseidon and Zeus, how Kronos is like the god, but there's the three lesser ones, kind of like the Trinity almost, but not how people view the Trinity. But I guess it could be in that sense how you have it in Gnostic religious views of there's the one God and all his oneness that we all come back to be a part of, right? We're just a spark of the divine, and there's lesser gods with lesser roles. So you could perceive it as that, like they're just lesser gods, but Yahweh would be the one God. Okay, you have these mods and administrators like you do in Zoom, but then there's like the guy who runs the fucking shit, who made it, who has the option to delete it or not. His words, and then I'm pretty sure you've seen Dragon Ball Super, right?
No. Let's. So what you're describing is also in the Hindu religions. Like, is it Rama or Vishnu, where it's just that one being, and we're all kind of descended from him.
Brahma, yeah, that's what you're talking about,
But
Brahma.
but that's an actual older religion than the seeds of the seeds of the seeds of excuse me, the progenitors of the progenitors of the progenitors of the Judeo religion. So like that religion was healthy and was going strong before the Judeo religion came out. So it's even a younger religion than the Hindus.
Okay, and the thing is that I see what you're saying, how it could be younger, but if we take this all the way back to the account of Genesis, like I said, if you go back far enough, you're going to find God in the beginning. So it would still have God in the beginning. It doesn't matter when Hindus first, the religion started propping up. Like I said, it could have taken place with the fallen, and all the Hindu gods could have just been fallen angels.
But what
And
makes
they're
that
trying to take
Yahweh?
over the
That's what
world.
I'm saying.
Go ahead.
What makes that Yahweh? What makes it? What makes you so sure it's Yahweh?
Well, for one thing, Yahweh is just a title. You could call him Elohim or El, or God or whatever. It really doesn't matter what name you call it. I prefer personally. I prefer the Most High. I
But
prefer that one.
but if you
But
actually use that term, Elohim and all those terms were actually descended from the Sumerian religion. And he wasn't the first God. He was just one of our early generations of gods.
They get like that. Yeah, it's like the same. It's the same argument that could be made. Like it really moves more of the lines of like interstellar travel. Like we're coming from different. Like we just broke off and we decided either not to go back into space, or we just got left here because we're fucking like the country bumpkins and like okay, let's put them on this planet. Or
So,
that's the like in that sense. But
so
it could be it
Dianetics.
could be yeah, it could be like a generational thing. I think when it comes to it, it could be like I'm not saying like I know 100%, but I could see it being like if it's like a god, like a bloodline thing, and it's being passed down, and the knowledge is being withheld to certain houses, if you will, because you see this with like elves and how they have their houses. It's the same thing in religion. You have the
Oh,
houses of the
so
12 tribes.
now we're
So
invoking Superman, huh? I'm fucking with
no,
you, but quite literally, that's what the House of El is, Superman. But go ahead, continue.
yeah, and then it's the same thing that it's like these different houses have different representations. Like each 12 tribes are represented in the zodiac, uh, and all that. So it gets interesting when you go further and further down the like Christian Bible. It always like points back to either Christianity, even with other forms of religion. It can always point back to this original story that's being retold and resold throughout history.
But isn't
Like
it sounds like at that point you get to confirmation bias versus, well, this is how things are.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, it all depends. Like I'm not into like com- pushing my like belief or whatever onto people because it wouldn't be fair to them. Because they don't know what I know. They don't see the way I see things. So most people, when I talk, they don't get and understand what I'm trying to say. And I try to explain myself as best as I can, but it really goes back to what you know and how to put it together. Like I think the whole thing with religion is just one big puzzle game. And then when finally, it doesn't matter if we figure it out or not, but the answer would be revealed at the end, like at the whole thing with the revelations. That's another big one.
Could it be that the
But
truth is just in what the minds of man made up, and we created these deities in a sense to kind of dissuade the fear of not having an ordered universe? Because the universe doesn't seem to plan ordered. It seems more like it was a not a plan, but things actually fell into an equilibrium. And if you know when you kind of fall into an equilibrium, it's the whole argument that if I sit a cup of hot chocolate in a room and a cup of ice cold milk of chocolate milk, and you go in the room, you leave the room for about 30 minutes, and all of a sudden, well, they're both room temperature. Does that mean somebody took one cup and poured it into the other, or there was an equilibrium that was dispelled by just the laws of physics that we have?
again, that's fine. Yeah, it probably would be the equilibrium because you'd be able to observe whether the ice cold milk and the hot milk they're still stationary. So you go through the factors of science to figure it out. Okay, the cups haven't been moved from their position. Neither was there tampering with it because there's no like let's say it's a glass cup. There's no fingerprints on the cup, right? Either this person was very thorough when they were doing something with these cups and make sure to leave no trace, or again, we have the equilibrium that you were talking about. Temperature set it happened by the natural laws that we know. It wasn't tampered with to where someone made this cold or someone made this hot. You
Uh,
know, it just naturally took its time and process in these things, which
so why doesn't
technically isn't. Go ahead.
why couldn't the same be said for the universe?
The same can be said for the universe. It's just that it would still work within the God complex. God would still be the equilibrium throughout it all, in the sense.
Is wouldn't
Why?
that
Why
just be an
don't?
argument from the God of the Gaps?
I don't know. I never heard of that.
Crimson. I asked you if you wanted to, if you wanted to have a debate, we could open
This
up
is
a
a
separate.
debate. This is a discussion. In a
Oh,
debate, I'm not refuting his points. I'm actually just asking questions to try
All right.
to make sure I understand. And
Well, you know this is still live, right?
Yeah, that's fine. This is
Okay.
not a debate. This is actually just me having a conversation, because it's not about exactly, one of the things that I want to actually say, it's not about exactly what somebody says, is why they answer the question the way they do,
Right.
and what motive they have. We can have this conversation. Am I tearing somebody down for having a specific religious belief? No, I'm asking questions. Are you scared to have these questions asked on your channel, Jill?
Oh no, I was just wanted to make sure you know. I mean, if you wanted this to be live, then we could do it.
No, I thought we were live now.
I'm erasing this. That's what I'm saying.
No. Keep it on. If you won't keep it on, I'll put it on my channel and it'll be cool. We're just having a conversation, right?
Yeah, I know, but when I started the stream, we were doing basically OBS stuff. So I mean, if you want a separate stream just for you guys to have this conversation.
No. This is just a conversation.
Yeah,
nobody's being harmless. Okay. Nobody's being derogatory. We're just having a conversation.
Of course. Okay. All right. Carry on.
Now remember, guys, I'm putting the rest of it on my Patreon. Is it a cheap ploy to actually get people to go subscribe to my Patreon? Yeah, but it's only $1 a month, and I'm just trying to get more people to actually know I have a Patreon. Again, the link is going to be in the description, and it's going to appear right about here again. So yeah, if you can actually go ahead and go to my Patreon and just subscribe. $1 a month, and thank you. Peace.